The year is 2243, and Luna is the solar system's largest cemetery, only inhabited by tourists and a few hundred support staff. But when a mysterious meteorite crashes into one of the graveyards, the support staff finds themselves outnumbered thousands to one by those they have already buried once. Can they survive against an enemy that is already dead, or will they be joining them? That is the story of Dead Moon, the novel I am reviewing today. My name is Winters, and this is The Unlicensed Astronaut. So this is a horror novel about zombies on the moon, in case the thumbnail or the title of the novel didn't give it away. It doesn't go into deep pseudoscience to make the concept of zombies work, and it never tries to make the reader take the zombies seriously. And it never tries to be anything it is. Dead Moon is easily the most B-roll horror flick of a novel I have ever read, to the point that I'm expecting you to start craving a bucket of popcorn while you're reading it. I don't want to get into any spoilers, but the action starts really early on, easily within the first 20% of the novel, which doesn't give you enough time to start caring about the huge cast of characters before they start getting killed off one by one, which honestly is fine because none of the characters were really that interesting in their brief introductions. Even the ones that survived long enough for you to learn their backstories, I never really cared if they lived or died. The horror is pretty by the numbers too. You'll probably guess how most of the events play out. You will probably also see most of the jump scares and twists coming before they happen, but it is a mildly interesting twist on the zombie formula, putting them on the moon. It gives you some cool scenic elements to work with, like the graveyards, and it also makes it plausible for all the characters to be trapped. They can't just, call the police to come to the moon, and they can't exactly run out the back door because of the lack of atmosphere. So you're trading a lot of the normal logical problems in horror movies for, new logical problems like how are the zombies that are completely frozen solid running around? Honestly, this would probably make a really solid October low budget horror film. Something else I should bring up before I finish is the novel apparently is a tie-in to a series or something, but I don't think I've ever read anything by this author, and honestly the novel was completely fine standalone. In summary, the novel isn't that bad. I'm not a huge fan of horror, but if you're a fan of horror flicks or just looking for a might read, this might be the book for you. The novel isn't a page turner. I put it down and came back to it a few days later, multiple times, trying to read it for this review. But it doesn't take that much effort to read. It's very short. But I would like to go play Starfield, so I'm just going to say that I'm giving this book a 3 out of 5 and call it good.